older people or young people don't understand that somewhere along the lines, there was some blood spilled or blood shed for the union to be able to come in and set up the things that we have.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I am here now talking to James Alexander. He is a member of the Steam Fitters and Pipe Fitters Union. He's going to be talking to us about being that's another trade union. He'll be talking to us about what it's like being a steam fitter, pipe fitter. So James, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, man. Glad to be here today, brother. Glad to be here.
All right, so James, tell us just the top line. One of this amazed me. Tell us how much you made without a college degree in California as a pipe fitter.
Okay, so I traveled out to California to work at Chevron Refinery. They had a big modernization project going on. So I done a 12-month run out in California. I was able to make a grand total of $207,000, and that's with 6 weeks off work. So we had vacations for like Thanksgiving was a week, Christmas was a week, 4th of July was a week off, and then we had a couple of brush fires out there, so we got time off. So I'd say I had a total of about 6 weeks off, but we worked 6 10s the whole time, and I was able to amass $207,000 on the check. Now that's not including my health and welfare benefits. They pay back to my union hall, and also another $19,000 in retirement that goes right back to your retirement plan.
I mean, that's like, you are going to be hard pressed to be able to make that kind of money without a college degree. Even with a college degree, I've got a degree in math, and even where I'm at in a union, working for the federal government, there's no pathway for me to be making $200,000 even with a math degree. So that's the kind of, and no college degree. Started working out of high school with the Pipe Fitters Union, and that's the kind of stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that we're talking about, and you can make that and not, you're not killing yourself. You're getting 6 weeks off. 6 weeks off is a lot off for most people. And talk to me about the safety aspects. Like we've talked on this show multiple times about how study after study comes out showing that union work sites have like considerably lower fatality rates and injury rates, and that's because of the union. That's because the workers are there protecting each other. So talk to us about kind of the safety aspect of being a union pipe fitter.
Yes, sir. So they harp on safety on all job sites or whatever. As you go out, you'll always see they have things in place for you to stop the job. If you see anything doesn't look right, if you got any questions, there's never a situation where you can get fired or get retaliated against because you stopped the job for a safety aspect. You've got your general foreman, you got your foreman, you got safety professionals on the job, and it's always the biggest part of the job. Whatever they say, there's no job that's worth anyone getting injured or no time frame set up to try to beat a deadline to get someone injured. So as you go through the union side of it, you always see safety at the forefront of the job site. I mean, a lot of guys, you'll see this in safety, they've got over 20 years of time with the trade. As they get into their older years, they can't climb the scaffold like they used to. They go into safety professionals or whatever, and so you see them knowing your pain as you go through about trying to work with a guard or taking a guard off. They've got things in place for you to stop, acknowledge what the issue is, and try to do it safely. So, I mean, it makes you feel good about wanting everybody to go home every day, just like they did when they came to work. So it's a big part of our job, to work safe.
Yeah, I would say so. And, a lot of people in the trades, they don't have that. If they're not in a union, but they're in the trades, you talked about, some folks kind of have just get it done, that kind of just get it done attitude that you've seen in some non-union contractors and some supervisors and management and bosses just telling people to kind of forego some safety aspect to just get the job done.
Yes,
and they can't make you do that if you're in a union.
That's correct or whatever. There's no repercussions for you being able to call a timeout just to have another set of eyes to come in and look at something. A lot of older people or young people don't understand where we are as union members, but what they fail to realize is that somewhere along the lines, there was some blood spilled or blood shed for the union to be able to come in and set up the things that we have, such as the great pay, the great benefits, the great retirement, the safetyness of the job. All that right there plays a part in it. Somewhere along the line, someone shed some blood to be able to make it so now we can go to work and our families can know we're coming home to them. We're coming home with a good paycheck, excellent benefits for your wife and your family. So it's a win-win situation for those who are interested in it.
And that's so important, being able to rely on, like, I'm going to come home at the end of the day, and I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And I don't have to worry about a boss trying to make me forego something that I know is dangerous, that I know could get me killed. I feel confident in the fact that I can make sure I have a safe work site, and that's something that you just really can't place a price tag on that. But what about the retirement aspect?
All right, and a lot of things what people don't understand. So on a conventional job, you got a lot of jobs now that they've went away from the company retirement. They have your 401k plans, and they'll contribute a little bit. You contribute a little bit, so that's money out of your bring home salary. Well, a lot of times in the trade, we have a dollar value that's already written into our contract. So in essence, really all you do is go to work and your benefits are paid. You got union halls like Philadelphia Local 420. They have an annuity. So you go to work out of one of those halls and you get like $13 to $14 for every hour you work, and they call it pyramiding. So when you work a time and a half hour, you get time and a half money. So let's just say you work somewhere like 420 in Philadelphia. You can work 6 months, 6 days a week, and leave with something like $16,000 in an annuity account. You can roll it back home to your local pension, or you can leave it in Philadelphia, and that's another 16 grand that's growing, that's in an account for you. That's like Minnesota, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York. It's phenomenal the way they do their benefits package. And like I said, you have the option to leave the money there or roll it back home to your local pension if you want to keep it all under the same umbrella. But that's not out of your hourly check. That's in addition to what you're getting paid. And they have scales like $57 an hour for a pipe fitter, $53 an hour for a pipe fitter. Somewhere like California, $74 an hour for a pipe fitter.
Wow.
Indiana is like $43 an hour for a pipe fitter. So, it's just a wide open area out there. If you want to travel, go see the country. It's like a paid vacation.
Yeah, well, that's another thing that that's really cool to me that I've noticed talking to folks in the trade unions is that if you work for a non-union contractor, your job is kind of dependent on the local construction industry. If construction slows down in Huntsville and you're working for a non-union contractor and they lay you off, it's like, well, that's that. If construction slows down in Huntsville and you work and you're in a union, you're in a trade union, you can just go work somewhere else, because there's always somewhere in the country that's building something. And so if work slows down, you'll have a job somewhere else.
Yep, you have 50 states plus Canada. The United Association covers all 50 states and Canada. So you have the option to go and travel, see the world, as a tradesman, make a lot of money, good retirement, good benefits. Myself personally, I've worked in refineries, I've worked in auto plants, I've worked in computer chip plants, pretty much natural gas plants. So I've pretty much seen everything. I mean, a lot of the work is similar, a lot of it is a little bit different, but it's all union supported, safety, and good money.
Yeah, and that's, again, like, this isn't something that you've got to go to college for. Like, you can start their apprenticeship program right after you get out of high school and be on track to make good money, have a secure future, be able to work anywhere in the United States or Canada, know that you're going to have safety on your job, have a good retirement plan. I mean, it's not stuff that you can find in the non-union world.
Yes, sir. It's like, I'll put numbers to the paper. Say a guy's 18 years old and graduate high school, not sure what he want to do. If he's willing to start an apprenticeship program in 5 years, so that means he's 23 years old, Now, he can work in Alabama if he wants to, but at the age of 23 or 24, as a journeyman craftsman, pipe fitter, electrician, millwright, whatever, as a 23-year-old young man, he could actually, with a gas card, hotel room, he could go across the country and at the age of 24 years old be earning as much as $75 an hour without owing any college money or owing the federal government for student loan. He'd be free. The union hall has gave him all the tools and the knowledge he need, and he's already earning money as an apprentice. But as a journeyman, a 24-year-old man can be earning in excess of $150,000, $170,000 easy.
Yeah, I mean that's really amazing. And you know, like when we talk about the labor movement, when we talk about how unions are good for working people, they're good for their community. Like we're not just blowing smoke up your bum. Like we know what we're talking about, and this is an example of what we're talking about. James, thank you so much for talking to us.
All right, thank you so much, bro. Thank you for having me.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.